Right, hello everyone. Welcome to our final race of the season, Tuesday nights, WAOF1. And yeah, this is it for 22 for this league. Next time you see us after this, we'll be moving to the new game. So I'm going to invite Oozers wants to come in and have a quick chat about the new game and what we're doing. So let's invite the boss man himself. Excuse me. Um, Come on, who's this? Here he is. Right. Oh, hang on, I've got to allow you to include your audio, haven't I? There we go. Right, I've just included the audio on my end, Oozers. You should be able to do it on your end now.
I have now done it on my end.
Excellent. Right, so I told the guys you coming in to join me to have a quick chat about the new season, moving over to the new game, all that sort of stuff. I don't know what it is exactly you want to chat about, but yeah, there you go. So the stage is yours, Trout, my friend.
Right. Well, the plan tonight is to actually ask you your interview questions. So,
Oh, what? So you're not coming in to talk about the new game? You're coming in to quiz me?
I'm coming in to,
You're
you
turning
know,
it around on me,
give
aren't
give,
you?
give, to give you a taste of your own medicine, yeah.
Oh, I see how it is. All right then. Okay. All right then. Well, you're the boss then. You carry on. Do what you want.
So, um, you haven't missed a race, I don't believe, on comms. So, firstly, is has there been a race this season which has stood out to you? It it can be for a positive way or a negative way, but
Okay.
I would prefer it if it was positive.
Oh, that's good. It is positive. Yeah,
Good,
I
okay.
think there's a few races that stick out, but the one that really sticks out in my mind, basically because of the absolute brilliant driving on display. I think 19 drivers finished out of the 20 on the evening, and I was yeah, France sticks out in my mind as the best race of the season in my opinion. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, there were others as well. I thought having China on the calendar was quite fun. Um, but yeah, I think France, just simply because of the driving standards on display, was absolutely phenomenal. The side by side racing, and just the one retirement, which wasn't in the pits retirement after I think they fallen a lap down or something. So yeah, just brilliant.
Cool, cool. All right. Um, so as you also did point out in the intro though, we will be mentioning next season roughly. Um, I
Yeah,
want to ask, so our current drivers right now, I believe all of them are signed up for next season.
excellent.
And with next season, you know that you know that it's all kind of changing in the way that how the traction and handling works.
Yeah.
Is there any drivers who you think are gonna make up a massive step to like go up? So let's
Yeah,
say imagine somebody was like averaging just outside the top 10, and then
yeah.
in this new game
I
they're
think
always in the top 10, let's say.
yeah, I think there's two actually that really sort of stick out to me. But
Ah,
there could be another one as well. But the two I'm going to go with, I think that will jump forward in terms of their usual finishing position. I think will be Junkie Emperor or WAOF1. What's his called? Corey, isn't it?
Corey, yep.
WAOF1 Corey now. So I think he will, and I think you will, losers. So I think you
Oh
two
wow,
will
okay.
benefit. But yeah, you need to get onto the no traction, which does appear to be a lot
Yeah.
easier to do on a new game. But I think yeah, it will benefit you in the long run. I think the other person that could benefit as well is Operator. If he can, I don't know if he already uses no traction or not. And Damir actually. I think you're yeah, all four of you potentially could jump forward on the grid. But
All right,
yeah, it'd
okay,
be
okay.
interesting to see how you guys get on and see if you find it better for you or not.
Okay, cool, okay, okay. And touch again onto next season, we have added on a an extra division now, which will take place on Thursdays.
Yeah,
You are going to be racing in there full time, yes?
that's the plan. Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
plan. Also, the plan for me is to go into there and do comms. So the question is, do you have any advice for somebody who is going to go into a commentator job for their first time?
Oh, good question. Well, yeah. I mean, it's not so long ago I started doing it for the first time. It's only about a year ago now, I guess, roughly. But yeah, just don't take it. I don't know. Take it serious, but don't take it too serious. So be happy to have a bit of fun with people that you're speaking to and all that sort of thing. But
Yep.
have little rules for yourself. Like I do my absolute best not to swear when I'm streaming, for example. But sometimes the guests that I bring in do. So yeah,
Yeah.
little things like that. I suppose my main rule as well is the streamer's driver of the day. I always give they must be penalty free all the time, which I know
Penalty free,
it
yeah.
annoys some of the drivers. But hey, I think it's a fair rule.
No, I
And
think
you know,
that's about to say. I think that's a fair rule. So I might also try and implement it into my choices.
yeah. So the only other thing I would say is try and keep an eye on the chat as well. Like in a moment, I can see Flecky's there, Super Ginge 9 is there, two new guys that are both reserving tonight, I believe.
Serving tonight. Yep.
Yeah, James is there as well. So operator, there's lots of people there already, and yeah, it's good to see them there. But yeah, just keep an eye on the chat. Make sure people aren't doing things they shouldn't in the chat. You can easily mute them for limited times if you have to as well.
Yeah.
Because remember, it depends what you want your audience to be. I'd bear in mind that kids do watch my streams sometimes, so I try and keep it
Yeah.
watchable for the kids as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Right. Now we'll move on to what I think is everyone's favorite section, the quick fire section. So are
Okay.
you ready?
Yeah. Are they mine, or have you done your own?
I have just done yours because I thought
Uh,
that was easiest.
okay, you've nicked mine. Okay. Yeah. No worries. Let's go.
Right. Favorite color?
Red.
Red. Okay. Favorite food?
Curry.
Favorite animal?
Cat.
Favorite F1 team, past or present?
McLaren.
Favorite drink?
Cider.
Favorite singer
And
slash
coffee. I've
band?
got to say coffee as well. The proper, I'm always going on about I'm going to get me coffee, so I've got to say it. Favorite singer slash band, past or present?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Phil Collins slash Genesis for me. I'm older, so
Favorite football team?
Newcastle.
Favorite F1 track, past or present?
Baku.
Favorite TV show slash series?
Oh, Vikings is probably up there. Oh goodness me. There's three. I got Vikings, Supernatural, and
Yep.
Game of Thrones. I think they're all my favourites. All three of them.
Okay. Okay. Favorite Doctor Who?
David Tennant, I think, probably.
Favorite F1 driver, past or present?
Michael Schumacher, without even a shadow of a doubt.
And here's the one that everyone's been waiting for. Favorite whale admin?
Favourite WAOF1 admin?
Yeah.
Well, in recent times, I think who's been agreeing with me the most actually, just recently.
Also has.
Yeah, probably Corey actually in recent times because he keeps agreeing with me at the moment. Yeah, no, you're all my favourites. You're all legends. But do you want me to say you Oozers so that well gets the ump?
you can say whoever you want.
I quite want well to get the hump as well, so I'm going to say you.
That is up to this season. I will take that. Right. Lastly,
Yeah.
if 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 you could be any aquatic mammal, which one would you be and why?
Oh, dolphins. Dolphin.
Fair enough.
This is a strange answer because, as Carsey would tell you, I've joined him and his dad in thinking that dolphins have got some sort of agenda against humans. They're up to something. Okay, so
Okay. Yep.
I am very much on their wavelength with this. And I know that I said I like my streams to be for kids as well, but I've got to be honest, dolphins have sex for fun. So there's only 3 animals on the planet that does that. So, and we're one of them.
Wait,
Dolphins are one
three?
of them. And dogs are one of them. So
Dogs as well. Oh, okay.
yeah, dogs do it as well, yeah. There we go.
Well, fair enough.
I'm quite pleased with that. I'm so glad you asked that because I've actually genuinely really thought about that before. So yeah, right, okay. As I say, you're the boss. Is there anything else you want to ask?
No, I believe that was all I had in my notes.
Oh really? I have to
I
wait till the
can
next time for the marriage
try to
proposal
think
then.
yes.
Oh, damn it! I
Yeah,
thought this was my night. I thought this was going to be on air. You know.
But maybe next season.
Maybe next season, or I'll get my hopes up for next season instead then.
Exactly, yeah.
Can I just give a shout out to Super Ginge? Thank you ever so much, Super Ginge, who's subscribed with Prime. So thank you very much. There we go. Users, if you're finished, I think you probably ought to get out and do some laps. We're already taking up 3.5 minutes of your quality one. So
that's fine.
all right then, mate. Well, good luck out there tonight. It's anybody's tonight, I think. So who knows? Maybe I can interview back later on at the end.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully.
All right then, mate. See you in a
Bye,
bit.
mate. Cheerio.
Bye. Okay, that was Oozers coming in and surprising me. We've missed quite a lot of laps, guys. I do apologise. We are here for the racing ultimately. Oh, goodness me. Oh, this is going to be a fun one to say. I didn't even think about this. Dumar Daimar. Dumar Daimar. I'm going to get that wrong so many times. Is currently fastest on a 108.8. Well, P2 108.9, Racing GA 1091. I won't go through all of them, you can see them on your screen there. Let's go to somebody who might be on a lap meet, bro, is out there. So, as you can see, anyway, we're at Brazil, which, well, it's been a staple of Formula 1 for a long, long time now. Certainly, I started watching F1 in 1992 and it was already here. If my memory serves me right, because that is a long time ago now, but if my memory serves me right, I don't think the Senna S-Bend was there at that time, or it might have been just after they put it there. Because I know, presumably the Senna S was put in after Senna had died, so I'm thinking it wasn't there yet, but I'm not really too sure. Hey Taylor. Sorry, so Meat Bro's gone fastest, 108.552. Let's go to who we got. Lumen is up. It's unusual to see. He's already got a time on the board and he's up on a second run. Well, quite a bit, 4 attempts on the medium tyres, as you can see, to try and get through Q1. It does help to have a set of softs available for the race around here, fresh softs. Just one of those tracks. Oh, he's gone too far left and invalidated it. It's a bit silly. But the tiny little amount that it actually gains you, I think that was a bit silly for Q1 doing that. But hey ho, I suppose he's finding out roughly where the where it is that you can get to. Corey just crossed the line and went 109.6 into P9 just ahead of movement. Obviously, we've got 18 at the moment. Not sure if somebody's joining us a little bit late. Somebody did say they might be running a bit late, so we might have one more before the end of qualifying. 18 at the moment, which I guess admins will be reasonably pleased with that, with it being with the new game already being out. I guess that's not a bad turnout. 109.2 for Gunnar. In terms of pole position for tonight, guys, I'm a little bit unsure as to where we're going to be. I only did a comms on this track last night, so I had comms on this track for GRL. Their pole position time was 107.6 in Division 4. So usually I would very much expect the likes of Carsey, if he was here, to be probably going a bit quicker than that. But I have to say, for Division 4 though, that is some pole position time. Anybody else actually on a lap? Well, actually, Mackenzie's on his way round to start a lap. Racing J's on an out lap. I believe I did the hilly hot lap with Racing J with Mackenzie last week. So my memory serves me right. So let's go with Racing J. So here he comes over the line. He's already got a PB on the board of 109.185. So that's what we're looking to beat. Comes into the centre S, down to usually third or fourth in the centre S. Most important part of the corner is to be getting on the power out of 2 into 3. And we head down, DRS open, down to turn 4. Not any overtaking's done around here. He's almost a 10th up 3 sets of 1. Flat out turn 5 and then into this right hand turn 6. Really throw the car in, attack the corner. You can use both curbs on that corner, would probably be the best line. Then we go into the slow corners, turns 7, 8, 9 and 10. And this one being the slowest of all. Yeah, you've really got to go wide on the entry to open up the corner. Then flat out left, certainly in qualifying, you may well see people lifting in around there during the race, particularly in the early parts of the race when the high fuel loads are there. And then onto effectively a straight to finish off. All these little kinks in the road do count as turns, but I don't count them. So anyway, 108.4 from Racing J, so we're already getting a lot closer to the 107s. And I'm sure that will see him through quite comfortably, as will James Adams, 108.6 that he's done directly behind Racing J. Williams out there, not improving through sets of 1. Let's just keep an eye through sets of 2. No, there's I think on an in lap there actually, because he's depleted his energy. So Damir significantly down. As Moomin heads into the pits, he's finally done enough on those mediums. Don't think he's going to be going into the pits completely comfortable though. Let's go to one of our new drivers then, Flecky. So Flecky is reserving tonight. And, hey Clem, hey Gunnar. Yeah, I just before coming into comms, mate, I did a quick 5-lap race around Canada as on my team. I'm just trying to complete some achievements on my team, so, and I have to say it felt very, very strange. But yeah, I've actually got a 22 race tomorrow night around Canada, so I really ought to do some. I need to try and stay away a little bit from 23 tomorrow if possible. Or at least if I'm going to play 23, play it to a certain time and then say that's it. I'm going over to 22 again, maybe. Operator, turn 1 and 2. Curve 1, curve 2 before the layout was changed. There you go. Then it would go to centre S, but it was called that before the legend passed. Okay. I get, yeah, okay, so they were obviously honouring the world champions, so fair enough. But Flecky then 112.4. That's a lot better than his previous runs. Mackenzie looks like he's in the wars a little bit. He's running the centre S, as is somebody else as well. Actually, there. What's that, Mr. Whale? Was indeed Sir Whale and Mackenzie rounding the centre S. And down then, Clem on track, so he's reserving tonight as well. As Oozers jumps up to P9. I always like it when the people I speak to actually go safe, I think, in a session. I think he is safe on that. So, Clem across the line then, 109.4 goes P11 for the moment. That could be a little bit touch and go. Hammer on an outlap. Corey heading for the line. No, he's on an outlap. Let's stick with it. In fact, oh, I've done a really hot lap, haven't I? So, stick with Corey in a way. See how he gets on. Yeah, I literally saying, mate, bro, I did it myself earlier on. I did find it very difficult. I have to say, I'm not one of the ones that are massively enthralled with the new game yet. I'm not liking it as much as others, but I think that will change. I think it's more just getting used to it. I haven't played on it as much as other people have, so it's just a case of getting used to it, I think. Alpine gets nicely out of the way for Corey. Nearly 8 attempts up. Sector 2, which will be taking him up to somewhere around P3, P4. Don't know whether he improves a bit more or not. So there we go, P4. Head of Dumar Daimar. That's going to make me laugh so much. Right, I'm not here to help it. Who else we got is moving on his way? He is indeed 6 attempts up through sector 2, and he goes into P5, just behind Corey. And should be safe. So who's that? That's Whale into the pits. Still time for him to get out again if he feels he needs to. I don't think he will, but will need. I don't think he will need to. But I'll never be 100% sure with these things. James looks like he's driving slowly, so that was just finished a lap. He's on a 108.9 in a way. Operator, he's come through sector 2 up. Over the line, 3 tenths improvement over the line, keeps him P16. It's a lot closer to 15th now. Who is his teammate at the moment, actually. Good evening. Mackenzie's got a way to go yet. He's going for the line. And improves just over a tenth. That puts him ahead of Damir by 0.02 of a second. So it's a little buffer between himself and 16th. So I don't know yet what Flecky's pace actually is. He could be sandbagging a bit here for all we know. Actually, let's go to Mackenzie then. He's coming round to start a lap. Yeah, let's see how you get on here though, Taylor. RS Open. I must admit, earlier on I was doing a bit of time trial on 23 around Bahrain, and I came back to the 22 game and took my setup and transferred that onto the 23 game. Just a little tip for everyone: your 22 setups do not work on 23. It was horrendous. It was like trying to turn a tank. It really was. It was terrible. it's looked pretty nice for Mackenzie. I think this should be enough. Just holds it through to the line. Here he comes then, 108.6, puts him up into P5. That will see him through to Q2 very easily. Now then, operator's improving here, and he's already found enough time to go ahead of Damir and Clem. Both. Where is that? Damir's on an out, just come out on an out lap. Has he got enough time? I thought we were running out. So, oh, he stays P16. He didn't even. Well, no, he went ahead of Damir, but somebody else. Who else jumped up then? Somebody else must have jumped up. I missed that. I have no idea who that was. Somebody's jumped up. Let's go to Flecky. He's down in sector 1. He's got no energy left, so he must be on an in-lap actually. Well, I'm sure it said out lap just a minute ago. Flecky, are you getting to turn your... Oh no, he's improved his time, so actually he must have been on a hot lap. Jeez. So we got full track yellow. Let's see any real signs. I think there's a McLaren. Yeah, there's a McLaren on the pit straight now that's, I believe, is running out of fuel. So the yellow flag's following him around the track. Oh, that was Moomin. He's currently in P4 now. Losers going to see himself safely through. It's. I think he's. Well, no, he is okay actually. He is through. So, but improves in a way over 3.5 tenths into the 108s for Oozers and up to P9. So let's just go to Dan here. Is there anything he can do? No, he's well down, isn't he? So it looks then a little bit surprisingly this week actually that we're going to lose Damir in Q1. So it looks like it's going to be Flecky, Damir and Operator that we lose from Q1. Look how close Operator was. He was so close tonight, man. 16 thousandths from your teammate for the evening. But you must have lost some time in the final sector, because after sector 2 you were up enough to get ahead of him. So the final sector's done. I don't know if you ran out of energy, maybe up the straight or something. That can do it. So close for you. Yeah, very well spotted, Gunnar. It is. You're absolutely right. In fact, the top 11. I can't see what the 12th time. Wells time is in 12. Is it? If it's 913. In fact, yeah, 926. The top 13 drivers are covered by half a second in Q1. So that's. Just have a look, mate. Are you right? I think you are, aren't you? Oh, we were both wrong. I went top 13, you went top 15. It's the top 14 in the middle. That's alright, Clem. You might find it comes to you in the next session. You never know. You're through to the next session in a way. And Flecky, we'll see what you do, man. Sorry if you had put the wrong setup on. There's nothing we can do about that, but just give it your best, man. And see how you get. I don't know what I'm looking at here, but there we go. We go into Q2 then. There we see the top 15 from Q1 battle out to get into the pole position shootout. Just looking here, it's doesn't look like there's any actual rain at the moment, but I don't know. The pit lane looks dark to me. Lots of cars coming out very quickly, so that can happen in a way in Q2, to be honest, because obviously each session that we go through, you get slightly less time in each session. So the first session's 18 minutes, second session 15 minutes, and 12 minutes for Q3. So people do tend to get out pretty quickly, but I just wonder if that is because they're expecting some rain. Look at them, there's loads, yeah. I think there's only 2 drivers left in the pits now, Gazza and Clem. Super Striker's on his way out. Super Striker 9, I hope that's reference to Alan Shearer. Right. Sorry, I always usually go with the driver first out on track. It's man Corey. Very good, very tidy so far through the lap. It really does look like there could be some rain. I don't know, any drivers might be able to tell me. Oh, Gunnar already said it. Look, Gunnar, looks like rain coming in 5 minutes. Okay, that explains everybody out on track. And I did think it looks a lot darker. So that suggests we may well get a wet Q3. 108.8 from Corey, that's a good time. These first times that they get on the board could be all important. User is 109.5. This is Meatborough, Dumar Daimar, 108.4, 108.1 from Meatborough. 109.3 from Dorian. Gaza. 108.9. That only has a P8. A lot of drivers do very good times on what could be their only runs, potentially. It is a short lap, so they might be able to get back to the pits and get out again quick enough. Clem crossed the line, 109.1. It's better, Clem. Well, I can only assume he's definitely already done a lap, but hasn't registered, so must have been validated. Is he going to keep going and give this another go? The guys ahead are going to think he's on a in-lap the same as they are. Definitely isn't. See when we get round to the pit lane entry, if he goes into the pits or heads to the line. Ferrari moves out his way nicely. He is heading for the line. It's 108.8. That puts him into P7 and knocks Super Striker down to 11. As he didn't get a proper time on the board first time round, but he does this time. Goes P6, knocking Clem out of the top 10. And go again. He is. Oh, I think he's going around to start another lap, so stick with him. He's got his energy back up, so be sensible from Clem. It really does depend on when the raindrops start. Looks to get a bit of a slipstream off the Williams. He's a 10th up in sector 1. We'll need some more, yeah, throughout the rest of the lap, but that's a good start. An oversteer coming out of turn 6 and it just affected his line. Oh, the rain's started. The rain started. So that is going to affect. Yeah, look, it's hard as well. It's affecting the lap a lot immediately, and I don't think anybody will improve now, with the exception of James Adams, as he's just crossing the line in a way. 108.6 goes into P4, but I think, guys, that will be it. I think the top 10 as it is now will be our top 10. I don't think anybody can improve. This track's gone immediately. The rain is going down too hard. Rory will be into the pits, I'm sure. Oh, okay. Proved me wrong. Gonna stay out, but teammate retires in the pits. The news for Corey is that he is P10, so what he doesn't want to do here is be a bit silly and lose it. And end up losing a wheel, because that will see him out of qualifying when he is highly likely, by the looks of it, to actually be through. That rain came just at the wrong time, didn't it, Clem? You had a nice first sector. You were just over a 10th up in your first sector. Sector 2 looks okay. You've got a little bit out of sorts, out of 6, but I don't know if that's because the rain had just started. It's a bit hard to see on my screen sometimes. That retires out as well. I think everybody will be retiring out now pretty much. Unless anybody wants to wait for the track to go to intermediate tyres so they can get some practice in for Q3. There's no requirement for them to retire, but so if they want to, they can. As long as it's in the pits. Corey in then. Gaz is still out there. She managed to go quite quick through sector 1. He was only about half a tenth down. That's the problem, you see. Sector 2, the heavy downforce part of the track. And he loses 8 tenths through sector 2. Even with the quick, easy corners through sector 3, they suddenly become corners where you need to either take them perfectly or have a little lift. So we'll see if anybody wants to come out for a few laps on intermediates, but essentially that is Q2 over. So it looks like Meet Burl, Moomin, Umar Daimar, James Adams, Gunnar, James, Mackenzie, Racing J, Whale and Corey are going to be going through. Unlucky for Gaza, Clem, Super Striker, Dorian and Oozers. Just didn't get their best lap times on the board first time round. Looking at those 5 drivers that we're losing here, every single one of those 5 I think is capable of getting into the top 10. So yeah, I'm highly competitive. Mick Broad did a very, very good lap considering he only had the one opportunity. So if you take him out of the equation, the rest of the top 10, so 9 drivers, are covered by 4 tenths of a second. So very, very tight. Now it is painful, says Oozers, but well, Oh, Ginge says he messed up. Went right on mediums. Oh, I see. So Ginge in the chat is Super Striker. Like, that's your GT or whatever for a PlayStation. Okay. Just a shout to any of you guys that are driving, where it might be your first race with us tonight. I can't. If you were to disconnect, yeah, you can if you want, Gunnar. It's completely up to you. It's up to the drivers. There's nobody says that you have to, and I think I've just heard somebody going out on track. So looks like Mackenzie's going to go out and do a little bit of intermediate running, which he's perfectly entitled to. Yeah, just to say to you guys that may be new and doing your first races tonight, unfortunately, my EA Friends doesn't work. It's never worked, so I cannot invite you back if you disconnect. So that's for the PlayStation or the PC guys. Obviously, if you're Xbox, the same as me, then I can go onto your gamer profile and invite you back. But, so let's hope that doesn't happen. So, there's you going out. And hey, well, you're doing well tonight, mate. Getting through the Q3. Happen very often these days. So, doing well. Wet, wet, wet. Love is all around, sort of feeling good. Sorry, I don't know why. Well, I do know why I just sang wet, wet, wet. It's because James went wet, wet, wet. Thanks, Caesars. I don't know what I did, but thanks. So, don't do that, Mackenzie. You had a little moment there. Saved it pretty easily, but that's the last thing you want to do. What you're doing is going out doing a little bit of practice and for the insert, so the last thing you want to do is end up in a wall. You'll be facing around. Oh, you were talking about that? I didn't say that well at all. Yes, Moomin, Wet 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 was an old music group. That is why I literally just sang one of their songs. Well, about a 5-second snippet of it, but I just, you know, that song that was #1 for 10 or 11 weeks. Yeah, I did say that to Gunnar, but... Well, no, I didn't technically say that. I said that we don't see it that often. I didn't say that he never gets into Q3. I just said it's something... Oh, here goes Mackenzie! I think surely that's warning enough to stop, isn't it? Yeah, well, I believe, Mark. Welcome, Mark, by the way. I believe that Love Is All Around was 1994, which obviously is the second longest #1 in UK history. So I feel almost obliged now to tell you what the first is, but surely we all know that. It's a song from Titanic. Celine Dion, My Heart Will Go On. Longest #1, and the third. Oh, hang on, I've got that wrong. I've got the wrong way round. Sorry, that's not the longest. Bryan Adams is the longest with the theme from Robin Hood. Everything I Do It For You, and Celine Dion is third with My Heart Will Go On with I think 10 weeks. Wet 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 was 11 weeks, and the Bryan Adams one I think was 16 weeks. A long way out. Bryan Adams, not Brain. 16 weeks operator it was, not 26. Jesus. It's half a year. And if you tell me you googled that, I'd like to know what site it came from. See if it's Wikipedia, somebody's edited that. made it look silly. Yes, it does, Mark. It does indeed make you ancient. Yes, Gooner, stop swearing. So I'll deduct 10 points off of you. Right, there we go. That's the end of an incredibly exciting Q2. In all fairness, the first half of Q2 was quite exciting. The second half was watching paint dry, or not, if you see what I mean. So, oh, I didn't see that happen. Okay, 2 drivers have got 5-place grid penalties. So, James Adams and Racing J both have 5-place grid penalties for the start of the race. No worries, Mark. Oh dear, Taylor. Yeah, that's gonna be a difficult one. Dorian says in the Discord chat, did a 107.9 last night in quali with James and Damir, which is nice. In my race here last night, that would have had you 5th on the grid, I believe. Good to these guys then. You got, well... Who's the other one? Oh, it's Gooner in it. They're playing. Like 2 ferrets playing on the track. James asking Discord, why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? Is that Travis? I think that was Travis, wasn't it? That's a Scottish band. Oozers, that's a Scottish band. Why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? But anyway, I can't sing that, that's hard. It's out of my range, that one. So, in a way, let's go with these boys. Q3, as you can see, we're on the intermediate still. Whether it's likely to change to full wets or back to slicks at any point during this session, I don't know. Got a feeling not looking at it. Oh, let's scoot around. Does well, actually, to get back off the track and not impede Wells' lap behind him. Though Well looks like he might be doing that himself, to be fair, but so I'm a little bit lucky there not to retire the car on that one. Well comes down into, say, what's effectively the final corner. Although these little left-handers up the straight, these little kinks, as you'll say they are in the dry, when the track starts to when it starts to rain on a track like this, these actually suddenly do become corners. So 16-0 from Well to get us started. So that's an indication that the track is wet, but it's It's not horrendously wet. So movement goes 159. James, others further around. Invalidation from Dumar Dimar. I might just have to shorten that to Dumar, by the way.Enzie's on an out lap. So Red Bull next, Senna Racing J. Usually loves the wet conditions. Let's see where he goes. He goes back 1:14.4. Now, is that? I mean, I know I said he loves the wet conditions, but that's significantly faster. Is that a sign that we're drying up? I would think. As well, James has gone P2 as well, 1:59. Schooner, rather than making a mistake on his first lap, has invalidated the second lap. Well, Gunnar was behind Well at the start of the lap, so that tells me that Well's not doing a proper lap here. I haven't got the details up, have I? Let's quickly. Dumar goes fastest, 1:14.3. Well, looks to me like he's giving it another go. He's slightly down in the first sector. Ooh, he almost had the same problem as Gunnar did, but he saved it. To the difficult middle sector. So many different lines through all these corners, but just been a little bit too wide on the entrance and touched the grass on the outside. Not as much a problem in a dry as it is in the wet to do something like that. So obviously in the wet you just have to be across the grass, so Will wouldn't be able to slow down as well as the ones on the other side of the car. He comes in away 1:14.7, so that's a significant improvement from Wales, so I definitely think this track is drying. On now with Corey as Moomin goes faster to a 13.9. On now with Corey, he was invalidated there, but I was just thinking the track does look a lot drier to me. I think we will be seeing slicks before the end of this session. Let's put it this way, I think as Racer J comes round to complete what I think is going to be fastest, yeah, 13.4, so goes another half second faster than Moomin. P2. They're only 5 seconds off what they've been lapping. So this track must be right on the cusp of going back to slicks. So I think, quite honestly, I think they all need to be making their way back to the pits and waiting. Being told James Adams is on softs. Yes, he is, you're right. Early to be coming out unless he just wanted to come out and give it a quick go. Thanks for that, operator. Yeah, and he doesn't look to me, operator, like he's having too much trouble. Tell from our screen that there is still water about. Runs round, can't keep it absolutely flat out. Don't have a sets of time there to compare it to. Well, DRS is enabled, so they all need to come in. Even James needs to come in. This lap won't compare at all to the laps they're going to set before the end. So effectively could become a one-shot qualifying, and it could well be advantage to whoever is last across the line. You're right, operator. I think everybody's got to come in. Even Gunnar's back in luck because he's not on track at the right time, so this track will just dry and dry, so struggling there out of the final corner on the inters. That could easily be because they're overheating now, I'd imagine. Aaron went back past. Newman's gone through. I'm just trying to think. I don't think Newman's got enough time here. I think it's going to be tight. Let's put it that way. He has to get back round and get in and get a set of softs on. Certainly don't want to be dawdling around here. So you take into account the time to get into the pits and back out again. I don't know if he's got enough time. It's generally 30 seconds in, 30 seconds out. He needs to be entering those pits with about 2 minutes 10 left, and as that's only 15 seconds off now, he's not going to, he ain't got the time. Moomin is going to find himself dropping back down to, you would assume, the P10 if everybody gets a proper lap on the board. I just feel like these guys are going out a bit early. I don't know why they're not leaving it till the last second. Yeah, I agree, guys. I don't know why you carried on with that lap and went over the. I guess when we're improving, it's hard to give a lap up, but unless in his head he just miscalculated. And he's in the pit lane. He's being pushed in. For me, he would need to be basically driving out onto the track now, not just coming out the garage. He needs to be driving out onto the track. So, yeah, no, he's definitely not got enough time. 107.5 from Meatbro. That's more like the sort of time I was expected to see for pole position. That's a nice lap from Meatbro. 108.4 from Dumar. Ooh, what's going on here? I'm playing silly buggers. They all want to be last over the line, look, so they're playing silly buggers. Racing J comes to the line. 108.3 puts him in P2. Might as well carry on. Trying to go again. Heading for the line. Saguna improves to P2 on a 108.1. It's Corey, 108.8, goes P5. And we got Meat Bro coming around again, he's on an in-lap. As is Dumar. So we go to the Red Bull. Just Racing J. Just want to watch it through to the end of sector 2. Is he improving, or did he back out? No, he backed out. Okay, so James Adams. 2.8 up, which would suggest he's on target for a 108.6. But he should improve some more yet, so I think he's fighting for P4 here with Dumar. 108.3, in fact goes ahead of Racing J into P3. Here's Mackenzie, 108.6, P7 for him as well, crosses the line behind him and goes P6. James, P8, and Corey heading for the line. No, he's going into the pits, so Gunnar it is then, I think. No, he's into the pits. And Meat Brawl, I think, may have gone for another go, but it doesn't matter. He is pole position. So it's across the line. It was another 107. I think it was 107.9. So it's pole position from Meat Bro. Well done, Meat Bro, on the final race of the season. Gunnar in P2, James Adams P3. I think your best qualifying yet, James. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is. So well done. Rayton J in P4. Dumar Daimar on debut P5. Whale in 6. He'll be getting a nosebleed. Mackenzie in P7. WAOF1 James in P8. Corey P9. Moomin in P10. So 3 of the 4 admins taking part in this race tonight are in the top 10. Just a shame about Oozers. Moomin there forgot to put his brain back in his head before he went out, and forgot to put a set of slicks on. So there we have it. A reminder to all drivers: do not ready up until you are told. We do take around about a 5-minute break. Whale, normally it is, will tell you in the Discord when it's okay to ready up. Thanks to all of you that watched along so far. I'll be back in a moment. Just going to take a quick break, grab another coffee because I ran out a long time ago now. Definitely need me coffee. So I will grab that and then I will be back with you shortly to watch what I reckon is going to be a really good race. So see you in a minute. Okay, guys, back with you, and should be coming up roughly to start time. Here we go. So we'll be heading on to the formation lap first. We'll take a look at the tyres, of course. But first of all, give you a bit of information about the circuit. Well, first of all, the 22 race around Brazil, Interlagos, was believe it or not, it was a 1-2 for Mercedes. So George Russell got his maiden win here with Lewis Hamilton in P2. Carlos Sainz was then P3, so not a Red Bull to be spotted on the podium last time out. Full name of the track is the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace, and the first Grand Prix here was held in 1973. The full race is a 71-lap race of the 4.3-kilometre circuit. The lap record here is held by Valtteri Bottas, and he set that lap record in 2018 with 1 minute 10.540. So, basically, buoyed by the success of Brazil's Emerson Fittipaldi, Formula One first jetted into Interlagos for a Formula One World Championship race in 1973. Fans were treated to a home win in the first 3 Brazilian Grand Prix, with Fittipaldi victorious in 73 and 74, while Carlos Pace won in 75. Like many of the pre-World War II tracks, Interlagos featured banked corners with the drivers beginning their lap on a sort of half oval. In fact, between 57 and the track's return to the calendar in 1990, Interlagos could be run as a giant oval circuit. Biggest reason really to go to Interlagos is the Brazilian atmosphere, a carnival-like atmosphere with extremely passionate fans is a very good reason to go and watch this race. What's going on here? Why is Meat Bro way around there? I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, there we go. Just a little bit of WAOF1 information. The pole last year here was slightly slower than this season, so it was Carsey on 107.656, so Mick Bros 107.5 beats that today. Fastest lap last year was Danny, 109.4. I think something is seriously wrong. Well, it seems to have put everybody back to where they're supposed to be. Okay, let's hope we get off alright. Here we go. Lights are all on. Out they go. Meat Bro seems to react pretty well to the lights going out and has a really good run down to turn 1. Gunnar gets bogged down slightly and comes under fire from those that started behind him. He has a bit of trouble on the inside of turn 1, and that's caused a few problems behind. I don't think anybody picks up damage from that. So, oh, Gaz has left the session. Why has Gaz left the session? Why can't I swap any names? There's something weird going on, I swear. Wells left the session. Everybody's left the session. Are we restarting by any chance? It did go very strange. Yeah, everybody, a restart has been called. A restart has been called. So please leave the session and rejoin. Not said who to rejoin off yet. So I don't know if that's a hangover from the new games released today, but something was definitely very, very strange. Ah, Mackenzie, it was absolutely all over the place. So, just waiting to be told who's joining off, I guess. Well, probably is a good shape. So, obviously, we're waiting for everyone else. If I press the. Oh, no, don't leave the session, just press the Y button. I mean, that has got to be some sort of hangover from the new game release today. Perhaps servers are running a bit strange with two games running. I don't know. I've no idea really, but I don't know how it all works. I'm not a tech head. Quite the opposite, in fact. Technophobe. Right. Anyway, I'll leave that up to those guys. That was a disaster, Mackenzie. Absolute disaster start. I don't know how you didn't say anything, but it's people ghosting. Some got off properly, some others didn't. Meatball just drove straight past the when he was like when he finished the formation lap. His car didn't stop. He just drove straight past the start finish line and carried on. He stopped down where the safety car usually parks when it comes out. That was interesting. 14 back so far. Let's get everybody in, please, guys. Hide from me. Mm-hmm. There's Gaza. It's 15. Go on, guys. Quicker everybody gets in, quicker we could go. Just one more. That's Super Striker in. Just need one more. Anybody know who the one is? Anybody spot it? I can't. Operator's there. James is there. Both Jameses are there. Oh, 18. Next one's just popped up as Racer J. There we go. Racer J, just pick your car, buddy. Oh, he's done it. No, Dorian, not one shot qualifying. Try and get away with that. Just because you sucked in the actual qualifying. Nearly there, guys. We're just waiting for WAOF1 James to, as the host, to do the grids. So it just takes a moment. Once he's done that, we will get going. Right, so we go, guys. We're heading to Trackers Meet Bro gets kicked. How does he know that's going to happen? He knew that was going to happen. Guy's got a crystal ball. He absolutely predicted in Discord that he will get kicked as it loads up. Oh, there'll be a little bit of time for them guys to put their setups on. Apart from Meat Broly, he'll have to run off a setup for whatever you call it. Nearly there, guys. Leave us about another minute. It's so hot today. It's ridiculous. I feel like I'm melting. My dad's gone to bed. I bet he shut the windows. Oh, he didn't, actually, to be fair. Fair enough. My bad. So, let me put the fan back on. That is nice. Fan back on, blowing straight at me. Ah, oh, fairly nice indeed. Anyway, countdown's here, so we're getting down to the race start. I guess we're going off on another formation lap. One light on, so yeah, just formation lap. Presumably, Meatbro won't have control of his car, so it'll be AI doing the formation lap lead. Then overtaking Gunnar, AI or not, he's the leader of the formation lap. So, a bit more like the old school. I'm not reading through all that information again, that's too much. So, as you can see then, the top three then on the mediums, obviously Meatbro's not by choice, he'd have been forced into that, but Gunnar and Dumar opting to start on the medium tyre. Whale, Mackenzie, James, and Corey, and Racing J, and Moomin, all starting on the hard tyre. And then we've got Gaza, Clem, and Striker starting on the mediums. Losers has just left the session. Let me invite him back. Well, good luck to everyone tonight, but particular good luck to those still going for a championship. There is a constructors battle still on the line between McLaren and Alpine. So I'll get those details up in a moment. I don't want to miss the race start. Okay, yeah, Alpine leading the way. They've got a 51-point lead over McLaren, so it's almost a done deal, but not absolutely done. So here we go, lights are all on, away we go as the Williams just moved so much earlier than everybody else. That must have been the host advantage. Anyway, Gunnar up into P1. And I think, is that Mackenzie, I think, up into... Oh, he was in P2, but actually Meatbro is managed to sort of get a little bit of a launch, and Whale does indeed receive a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Oh, and that's Mackenzie round. Mackenzie and Racing J is that, I think, in the Red Bull it is. Those two round, and then we've got somebody else off track, that's Oozer, so we've got Gaza dropping down. So lots going on lap one. Too much, couldn't keep up with it. But in a way, leading from the start is Gunnar, Meat Bro P2, who, as we know, is going to be driving on a preset setup. So he's going to find this difficult, certainly to start with, and probably throughout, to be honest. Umar Daimar in P3 off to a very good start on his debut. Into the pits as well to serve that drive-through penalty. That will drop him back to the back. Assuming everybody goes past, and they do. So, despite some spins on the first lap, nobody's actually pitted for damage or anything. But it does mean, following that drive-through for Whale and the spin for Oozers, that the two boss men are at the back. The only saving grace for them at the moment is they did start the race on the hard tyre, like so many others, but there's what's happening here? I think Gaz has ended up round again at turn 6. Oozers goes past him. Seems to be tussling for position as this is Racing J up the inside of Dorian. Nicely done. Plenty of respect there from Dorian to leave plenty of room to the inside to allow the move to be attempted. Meatball does go fastest on second lap, so suggest he's quickly getting to grips with the preset. So Dorian drops another place here to Mackenzie. As Mackenzie is making his way through. So I'm sure those guys will be able to get out the field quite a bit. Here's a moment. Here's McLaren getting past an Alpine for P9 for Operator. Very good start to this race, as has his teammate for the evening, Clem, who's up to P6. So Alpine with a wonderful start to this race. Just go to Clem, who's very much on the back of James Adams, who's run a bit wide out the final corner. Not sort of off the track wide, but DRS is available. Clem opens it up, gets to the inside. Nice bit of manoeuvring. James Adams did what he could to defend, but ultimately a nice move from Clem. And up into P5. You saw James get a bit wide on the exit of the final corner and sort of leapt into action, if you like, and he's immediately onto the other James, WAOF1 James, so Hameth as he wants to be called, Hameth. Move further down, Mackenzie getting past his teammate, Damir. And Dorian follows that through as well and gets past Damir as well. This could be another opportunity. Certainly doesn't get the help from this James of running wide in the final corner. So, WAOF1 James is in a very nice position here, having started on the hard tyres, by the way. Maybe about to lose P4, but it's maybe not. Probably. So he might get a chance back down to turn 4. May just be a bit too far back for all that. So, but still, running P5 as James Adams as well, also starting on the hards in P6. Super Striker, who's had a good start to this race in P7, but the two guys on the hards there are in very, very good shape indeed. They'll have a serious pace advantage in the second half of this race when they go to mediums. So that's why it's important for the guys that are now the top 4 on the medium starters to really try and take advantage of this first stint. But for whatever reason, the medium advantage, tyre advantage, seems to be a lot stronger on the second part of the second stint. So just wouldn't believe it. Since James Adams joined this league, the two James have become almost inseparable in the races. Taylor makes up another position, getting past Flecky. And into P12 now as he follows Racing J, who's about to make a move on Operator. The outside towards turn 4. I don't think Operator will be that interested in getting involved in battles today. Just needs to run his own race. He's started on the hard tyre, which should be the correct decision. As we sort of get past about around about lap 13, 14, around that area, as long as we get to that sort of stage, then the guys that started on the hards are safe to the fact that they can go to mediums to the end of the race. But it's not ideal time to be pitting at that point, but it's a point where they would be able to pit and get the tyres to the end, albeit struggling in the later part of the race. Here comes James Adams. Both have got DRS. I don't know if James Adams might have been better off saving his energy then. He just holds back now. The other James in front of him is falling out of the DRS range of Clem. Oh. Pretty tight. He has always. Dumar Dimar gets ahead of Meatbro. I think Meatbro had a little spin or something. So he's really got past, hasn't he? That was sudden. I think I saw a yellow flag literally flash up and then disappear again. So surely this will be another opportunity. Shouldn't need to use any energy here. Should be able to do this with DRS only. And there you go, he's going to have it done before they reach turn 1. McLaren just behind, who's waiting here. Oh, the McLaren! Oh! Bit of contact. I wasn't looking ahead, but it looked from the rear sort of camera there that James Adams that we're on board with was getting out of shape. Going out with centre S, so I'm not sure how aware of the McLaren he was. So we've got a set to 1 yellow. Absolutely no idea what that was for. It seems to be where well is on the track, but he's still dawdling around at the back. This has all become a bit tight now between these guys in this little battle. Clem has managed to extend a little bit of lead after that little centre S moment. But that's not put Super Striker off. I think he was just a bit unlucky because I think James Adams was as I said, I think James was just getting a little bit out of shape coming out of the centre S, and I think he was a lot more concentrated on getting to grips with what his car was doing rather than looking to his inside to see McLaren come in. So, Admin James then makes a move. Is he going to be able to make the stick? It doesn't look like it, does it? Sorry, no, James is already ahead. My apologies, I got this wrong. This is Corey making a move, but James Adams holds him off. James Adams out. Finds himself in an admin sandwich. It's also the first to pick up a penalty. Meatbro becomes the second. We've got the set. Oh, is that Meatbro? Yeah, it is. It's Meatbro. Gonna head for the pits. I think he is. Yeah, I think this is going to be a retirement, guys, because, say, he's on a preset, it just won't be feeling right at all, so I'm not massively shocked to see him leave the race. Thanks for giving it a go, though, Meat Brawling. Such a shame after impressive qualifying as well. Had to do it, didn't it? Couldn't let you just have one nice last race. Oh, goodness me, James. Put a little bit of gravel there, or dirt. Start to go round a little. McLaren's now running 7 and 8, but one of the Alpines is up in P3. The other Alpine is in P11, so it stands. I believe they'd be scoring around about the same amount of points. Maybe the Alpine slightly more, actually. Yeah, McLaren at the moment nowhere near where they need to be finishing this race 1-2 for it to even be a possibility, really. Sorry. It was very close to the Ferrari, but his teammate ahead is giving the Ferrari driver DRS all the time, which is making it exceptionally difficult for Corey or either of the two McLarens that go side by side. Let's actually do anything here. It's an interesting scenario, this, because they are teammates this evening. They are technically in a championship battle tonight, and so ideally they do need to work together. But that said, Super Striker is a reserve looking for a seat when one becomes available. So ultimately, it doesn't really have any reason to sort of work with Moomin and let him past in that. It's actually, he wants to show that he can race, and he can race side by side and fairly and everything like that, ready for next season. So that's Racing J, who just passed us there and is up now to P8 on a very fine recovery drive so far. See just how far up he can get. So Kenzie isn't so far behind as well, so he's doing a very grand job as well. Oh, Corey gets, I think, a bit of a whack from James Adams there. And ends up round. Has he got back going okay? He has. We saw that happen ahead of us as we were watching Racing J getting past Super Striker. That's really late on the brakes there from Racing J, but he made the corner okay, so it's certainly one of those from Racing J that he makes the corner okay, he makes the move, it's a great move, you know. If he doesn't, and he makes contact with Super Striker because he doesn't make the inside of the corner, we'd all be saying it was a bit of a lunge, you know. It's it's one of those situations. It's was it right? Well, it was because he got it right. If he didn't, we'd say it wasn't. So, an awkward moment really, but he pulled it off on that occasion, and he's after the Ferrari next to James Adams, who's still stuck here behind the other James, or Hameth. And get a chance down to turn 4. got an absolute charge in Racing J coming up onto the back of them. We did start on the hards, by the way. We're certainly at the point now where, if a safety car were to occur, the hard tyre guys can get to the end on a set of mediums. Again, they would be slow towards the end of the race, don't get me wrong, but it's the point is they wouldn't be forced into a two-stop or anything like that. And we're also getting to we're getting towards the pit stop area for the medium tyre starters as well, so about 15, I would imagine, we'll see the first pitter. Although at this moment in time, I'm not entirely sure who. Just to hazard a guess, I would say Clem would be the most likely, but because his situation would warrant the pit stop more, but he's not doing too bad. He's got a 2-second lead, so he's not in any desperate need to suddenly hit. He's holding the gap pretty well to Hamefers. See, these guys are battling behind him, which makes it all that much easier for Clem to hold that lead. Blackie becomes the latest to pick up a penalty. Just the 3 drivers so far. Depends. Anybody going to get a chance this time? Two McLarens behind. Actually, the first McLaren Super Striker actually came into the pits. I think Moomin would have been having a look at him. But, yeah, so it's Super Striker then. I expected somebody to be pitting, but I'm not sure who it would be. It's a Super Striker in, Gaza in as well. They'll both be going to the hard set of tyres then, ready to drive to the end of this race. I think the top 3 guys have all decided that the gaps are okay at the moment. We'll just extend the stint slightly, as it looks like Dorian is in the wars down at the Centre S. Yeah, any signs of any front wing damage? I can't see any. It seems to have both end plates. As Gaza exits the pits from his one and only stop. Now, these guys all... See, I think Clem... What's he doing? He's staying... See, I think it's time for Clem to pit. He is losing his lead. It's only coming down slowly, but it is starting to come down. So, Dumar pits. Should get a bit of an undercut. It depends a little bit where he comes out. He has got some traffic on its way round. It's probably going to be quite close between him and Operator on exit, actually. There he is, look. Oh, close. And his tyres are going to be cold. To be fair to Operator, he leaves him loads of room. Nice racing from Operator. That seemed very understanding from both parties there. Domar absolutely seemed to be fully aware of the fact that his hards were going to be cold on the exit. Oh, and James Adams is round. As Gunnar reacts then to Dumar's pit stop. And he is in from the lead, and Clem follows him. I think Clem absolutely had to pit. The gap was definitely starting to come down. So, quite clearly the mediums had done enough. And that is all of the medium tyre starters in. The hard tyre guys, around about lap 20, we should start seeing them. We might get someone a lap earlier than that, but there's Gunnar out the pits then. Dumar is just there, so the gap can easily see each other, but the gap around about the same as what it was before the stops. Obviously, Domar will be able to close up a little bit while Gunnar's heating his tyres. And not ideally for Gunnar, he's come out on the back of James Adams. Will maybe be a little bit seething from his spin. Say spin, we didn't see it, so I've no idea if there was any actual contact involved in that or whether it was just a moment. As well, Corey's in. The end of lap 18 to come off with the hards, which seems pretty early. Schooner having a look at James, but he's struggling to get past, and all this will be helping Domar. Yeah, through that same bit of track, Domar gained about 3 tenths then. Yeah, it looks it to me that Mark. So I don't know when you put that. I hadn't been looking at the phone, but yeah, it does look like we've got a good driver in Domar. Hope he's enjoying his first race out. In the best of first races because of the restart and that, but the race itself's been okay, really. I think. Not seen any massive problems. Here goes Gunnar then to the inside of James Adams. And, oh, he didn't really make the corner properly, but he was already passed, so should have been an opportunity for James to come back, but it could just be that there's too much wear on his tyres. James, all this does really is give James the opportunity to try and stay on the back for a bit of DRS off of Gunnar if he can, maybe save his battery a little bit. Plenty of pit stops going on now. Operator in, well in. Dorian is in. Stops further down, or maybe looking for an undercut to try and make up some ground a little bit. But really, it is still a little bit early. Not much, but they were pitting the end of lap 19, so I'm sure the game says 21 laps on the hards, 15 on mediums, which, from what we saw from the guys that pitted off the mediums, that started on the mediums first, is about right, although of course on the second stint you've got much less fuel, so you should take less out of the tyres. So, top 3 all in to come off with their hards, having done 20 laps on the hard tyre. Out they come, one after the other. And it's going through. So Gunnar is up to second, effectively running P1, as Mackenzie hasn't pitted yet. Domar is back up into third, effectively running second. So it's as we were in a way beforehand. Flecky is on the back of Clem, but Flecky hasn't pitted yet. And then Racing J is about a second and a half behind us, just about. You can see him. There he is. And yeah, you've got. If we were absolutely honest, you fancy Racing J, but the fact that Clem is just there ahead, you would fancy Racing J to, with the amount of laps still to go, to be catching him really. Surprised not to see his teammate disappear into the pits there, but he's got to go for this Racing J, and he's got so much more grip. That may as well have been a teammate letting the other one through, because he had so much more grip. It almost looked like it, but fair play to Flecky. He stayed on his line, didn't he, Flecky? He didn't move or anything like that. Kept it, played fair. he's fully aware as well. He's on a completely different strategy here, so he's obviously going long on this hard stint for whatever reason he feels it's the right thing to do. He's giving himself some sort of tire advantage in the latter part of the race. We've got the two of the debutants for the league battling here. Completely different points of the race for themselves, but in each other. Nice fair. He just runs a little bit wide on the exit of the final corner. Must have used a bit of energy there to get his speed back, but here comes the DRS for Super Striker. Very similar move to Racing J's, although he's alongside a lot earlier. Racing J's was much more done on the brakes. So, yeah, nicely done from Super Striker. Up the inside. Looks, Mark, like we might have a few good drivers. Obviously, Domar looks like he could be racing towards the front. Moomin needs to give a bit more room there than he's just given to James, to be fair. That wasn't Moomin's best. It wasn't a massive whack, but that wasn't his best moment, Moomin. And there you are. That serves you right, Moomin. 3-second penalty there. Straight on the back of Flecky. I'm afraid, Flecky, at the moment, your tyres are too far gone now, and you're just hemorrhaging time. What am I looking at here? I knew I was looking at something. I just couldn't work out what I was looking at. I might have gone around the outside. Gonna have to go to Racing J. Boys. Gunnar looks to take the lead off of Mackenzie, although Mackenzie's still got a pit. I wanted to go to Racing J because he was making the move on Clem, and he has made that move. So up into P4 at the moment, although effectively running P3 is Racing J. Here comes Clem, he gets a little run back up to turn 4, but couldn't get sufficiently alongside. This is the problem you have when you start on the mediums. We've got problems ahead. What's happened? Gunnar is round, and Mackenzie is. They must have had it coming together. Oh dear, so it's our effective race leader has ended up round, I believe, after contact with Mackenzie. So I have no idea what happened, so I can't sort of call anything on it, but and Mackenzie, I think, probably sensibly makes his way into the pits to make his pit stop. So, oh dear, he's going to go round again here, Gunnar. He's out of shape. Well, it's been extremely good for a race win. As Moomin is having another go at getting past his teammate. They're on opposite strategies. But, again, they're not really teammates, remember. Like I said earlier on, Super Striker is a reserve. So, as I say, he wants to be able to show what he can do. Not just give the place up. Because ultimately, they're not really teammates, even though they are in the same car this evening. Obviously, if you were actually in the season and you were genuinely teammates, you'd give that place up because you're obviously on the hard tyre, they're on the a lot fresher mediums. So there's no, you know, you're in different races really, effectively. Tameth. Oh, Gunnar, is he retired? He's retired in the pits, is Gunnar. Well, that would indicate, that would suggest to me that a bit of a rage quit there from Gunnar in the pits, but don't know if he's got any damage, of course. It could well have had damage. If he has got damage, that would explain the second spin there at in the centre S on his own. So quite possible. That's the yellow flag is Guna's car coming back out to the track. Go down to Dorian, we can probably see it somewhere. There it is, it's ghosted in a way, but go. Right, some that we've not seen too much of. Oozers here is on the back of Whale. Whale has a penalty, Oozers doesn't. Oozers within the 1 second, and he has 1 lap fresher medium tyres. Picks up the DRS, which will help him get a lot closer to the gearbox. Oh my goodness, who's that? That's Mackenzie, who's pitted to soft tyres. I didn't even know there was anybody that close behind us. Shows my awareness, doesn't it? Sees Mackenzie then. Rather like to get this move done on Well before Well can pick up the DRS. I don't know if he has here or not. Yes, he has. But the extra grip, he's getting the speed up a lot faster than the Williams. And he will now go after Gaza. He's on 12 lap hards. Just nip back up as one of our new guys, Super Striker, is on the back of WAOF1 James. So, I think he's just dropped off a bit too much on this occasion. Down, there's a potential one here. Gaza as Whale, very close to the back of him, picks up the DRS there. He's already gaining before he picks up the DRS, so you would think. I think Well would be pretty pleased to stick the Ferrari Gaza between him and Oozers, quite honestly. Oozers looks racy. Racy Oozers. You can see the Well meat in front of him and he wants to harpoon it. Gunnar, I didn't get it on stream, no, I hope you clipped it. Obviously he's within his rights to fight you, but yeah, hopefully you clipped it and you can stick it in, mate. Fortunately, I only saw the flag come up and then into it. Flecky is finally into the pits. 29 laps on hard tyres from Flecky, and he's going to enjoy beautiful fresh soft tyres for the remainder of this race. See if you can go and get yourself a fastest lap, Flecky. Super Striker still very much on the back of Hameth, and teammate Moment is on the back of Clem. So that is McLaren against Alpine. So I think we should probably go to that one. Although Newman, of course, has the penalty. We saw him pick up earlier on, so if he gets past here, he's only going to have 5 laps to try and get up the road. It doesn't make the move stick, so yeah, Gunnar, I'm sorry if it's happened, man, but please do submit it for us to take a look at it. Moomin! Oh, Moomin. Is that the moment that McLaren see a potential Constructors' title disappear completely? I think it is. It's pretty much gone in a way, but I think that sees any possibility gone, and round he goes again as those tyres presumably are pretty hot. I wouldn't be massively surprised to see him drive into the pits and stick some softs on. So okay, as he goes past, he's going to stay on them, his movement. So yeah, fortunately, sorry, Oozers has just gotten past Gaza down into the centre S. And, well, Wells managed to put 1.5 seconds between them, but that's not enough. He's got a penalty. Well, not doing too bad, really, when you consider he had to serve a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. He's back up to P10 now. Obviously, once that happens and you get that drive-through for jumping the start, to be honest, you kind of think, oh god, I'm going to need a safety car in this race. So to still get himself back up to P10, I think he's doing quite well. So he's going to charge and Oozers on the back of him. 0.8 seconds now, but that's because of the cars that put themselves between the two of them, caused a bit of a gap, but oh sorry guys, I'm so busy watching the guys further down, I've completely missed Racing J taking the lead of this race. I don't think there's any question as to driver of the day if Racing J stays penalty free, although Domar on debut has been absolutely brilliant, by the way. And ultimately strategy's costing him, but when you consider that Racing J, whatever happened early on, he's had to fight his way back through the field. Had to fight his way back into the lead of this race. Okay, some things, without doubt, some things have gone his way to help him get through the field, there's no doubt about that. But still doing a grand job. Still about 2.5 laps left yet though, and we know with Formula 1 how fast things can change. As Whale pits, presumably he's going to try and take the fastest lap in this race. It hands the position to Oozers, but I think Oozers would have got it in a way from the penalty. So he was too fast, Oozers, for well to get rid of him and shake in. So, well, interestingly, it's gone to a fresh set of mediums to try and take this fastest lap instead of softs, but hey-oh, whatever tickles your fancy. So, find us any battles, maybe? We down to the end of this race. Another driver that's absolutely performed immensely well today is Clem. I've got to give it to him. He's impressed me today. Didn't have the qualifying he hoped for, but he's done quite brilliantly. Consider whose shoes he's driving in. He steps in for Carsey tonight, remember, in the Alpines, so Clem has done a tremendous job. I have to give it to him, he really has. So I don't think, unless there's anything massively changes in the last lap here, I think it will have to be a case of my driver of the day goes to Racing J. And then the free drive. Oh, as Moomin's round again. And this time that could simply be wear on those mediums and the dirty air of the car ahead combining. As Oozer is on the back of Gaza once more. Down to turn 4. And he makes it stick. Oozers is going for a top 10. And he's close enough to Moomin now after Moomin's spin at 2 and 1 that he nicked P9 in fact. Very, very nicely done from Oozers. But best go up to the front as Racing J crosses the line and wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Daimar on debut, P2, absolutely superb. Clem P3. Corey jumps up to 4th ahead of Hamath, who finishes 5th. Super Striker on debut, also a very good debut, finishes P6. James Adams in 7th. Moomin will drop because of the penalty. Oozers up to 8th. Oozers P8. Gaza P9. Moomin in 10. Mackenzie drops to 11. Damir for P12. Operator brings it home in P13. And Operator, I can confirm you are a Constructors champion, so congratulations to yourself and Carsey on that achievement, and tonight Clem as well, of course. Anybody else who might have stood in for Alpine at some point or another. My phone's just died. Oh well, if there's any comments coming up, guys, I can't see them now, my phone has just died. So I will try and get the top 3 in for an interview. There's just 2 reserves in there, so they might not actually realise that they've got to come in for an interview, but I'll invite them nonetheless. Are they actually both Xbox? Let's get the podium. I'm going to skip past that, guys. Oh no. Daimar unfortunately is PlayStation, so I can't invite him, so perhaps I'll get Corey in instead. I don't know if Damar's listened to the stream. If you are, buddy, unfortunately I don't have it set up that I can invite you in at the moment, so I'll look to get these 3 in. But congratulations to you on P2, Damar. Absolutely superb debut. You had a complete assets of the league. Now, just to finish off the countdown there. Damir was P12, Operator P13. Congratulations, as I say, to him on the Constructor title. Flecky in P14, Dorian 15, Wales 16. He did take that fastest lap after the late pit stop. And Gunnar and Meat Brawl, unfortunately, DNFs tonight. Unlucky Gunnar. I know you were in with a great shot of winning that race. But there we go. Let's see if I can get the instance a second. Quickly scroll through. And there we are. Excellent. Right, are you all there? Just the 2 of you at the moment. Racing J, can you hear me? It says you're connecting. Don't think this connection worked properly for some reason. Let me try it again. Here he comes again. Hello. Right, you're there this time, and here comes Corey as well. Um, right, Corey.
Yo,
Excellent. You're all in. Right. Okay. If all three of you could just include your audios, please. Just make sure that's done so everybody can hear you. Um,
yep, it's done.
Corey, I'll come to you first. I've invited you in, buddy. I know you finished P4, but Domar Dimar is PlayStation, so I can't speak to him unfortunately. But a massive shout out to him and congratulations on P2 on debut. So fair play to him. Fourth place for you tonight, mate. I know you climbed up for a penalty to your teammate at the end there, but you drove solidly throughout from what I saw. Um, let's be honest, you took a bit of advantage of other mistakes that were going on around you, but you know that's not your fault. You can't help that. So yeah, just talk us through it, mate, and you know what's got you to the P4 in the end.
Uh, I mean, keeping clean for the most part got me there, but I had a bit about 9 laps in where I ended up having a bit of a lag spike, so it looked like another car came across my line. Well, I know he didn't, but so I ended up losing 7 seconds because I had to go off road to what off. You know how
Yeah,
lag can break everything up. So in that moment, I was like, right, I'm just going to go for the massive undercut, try and claw back some of that time,
right.
and ended up eliminating about 5 seconds on. So that put me right back to where I was, and yeah, it was just keeping those clean from then on. And yeah,
Yeah,
P4 first top five finish of the season, so I'll take that.
nice. So finishing the season strongly, hopefully going into a successful season. We hope first season on 23. You looking forward
Hopefully,
to
mate.
it? You looking forward to
Yeah,
23? Have you had a go yet?
yeah. No, I don't get it till Friday. So I'll
Oh,
be playing all day then.
okay.
Um, I'll work this week, so I can't. No
Fair
point.
enough. Fair enough. Okay. I'm sure somebody will come on 22 with you in the evenings just to keep company. But yeah. Uh, anyway, yeah. Congratulations, mate. Very good drive tonight. So well done. And I look forward to Thursdays as your number two for next season.
Equal status, mate. Equal status until like 10 races in, and then we'll decide order.
Okay, then. So 10 races in, and then you start dominating me. Fair enough.
Yes.
I'll take that. Um, okay. Right. Clem. Clem.
Hello.
Debut. P3 on debut. What can I say? Absolutely, well, superb drive. Absolutely superb. You got up there in the earlier stages of the races. I think there was always the question mark of whether you were going to be able to stay there with everybody else switching to mediums while you'll be on hards. Again, some things went your way a little bit with others having incidents, but that's their fault, not yours. So yeah, just talk us through it and what you think got you there today.
I absolutely love that. I hated the setup I had in quali, so I changed it up. I went so much lower wings. I think I was running like 17, 16. So I switched it to 10, 13, and the pace on the straight was just unbelievable. As soon as I got into DRS of anyone, I was just catching them rapid, and it helped me on the mediums anyway, because the hard runners behind, they were so much quicker than me. But that bit of pace had just helped me keep in front. And then I was actually praying for a VSC because I was running out of fuel massively. I started fuel saving at like lap 26, 27, running out
Wow,
really badly, running really badly. But I absolutely love that. Really
good,
did. Absolutely did.
good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we saw a couple of your moves getting past people in that. Everything looked good. Looked like they left you plenty of room. You took that room. You took advantage of it. The moves were clean, nice, and yeah, I think we can say that we look forward to you doing some more races with us
Yeah.
moving forward.
Yeah.
What about yourself? Have you played 23 yet?
No, I don't have it
No,
yet.
no.
I'm waiting till Friday.
Fair
Wait till
enough.
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just fantastic race from everyone, to be fair. Obviously, there's a bunch of people here I've never raced before. Whale and O's, obviously I've raced before with Operator as well.
Yeah.
But James, Corey, Racing J, obviously, he was just rapid. So as soon as he got on their mediums, there was no way I was keeping him behind. He was absolutely rapid there.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
even even with my straight line speed, there was no chance. As soon as you get into sector two, he was there. It was on my ass. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, Thursdays would be fantastic if they like that. No safety cars. I fucking love races with no safety cars.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, no, brilliant standard. There was a few incidents throughout, so obviously anybody out there, if you were involved in an incident, please submit your tickets as usual. But yeah, and a little shout out for all the debutants tonight, because all 4 debutants tonight did really well. So yeah, fair play to all of you. Racing J, I gotta come to you. Congratulations, mate! Victory in Brazil. Victory on the final race of the 22 game for WAOF1. It wasn't easy. You had to, not the start that you'd have wanted to get off to, which dropped you down right the way down. But you clawed your way back through the field very nicely indeed. Yeah. 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 I've got a fan on as well, but yeah, no, it was really good. You fought back brilliantly, as you said. I think I did a comms here last night for Brazil, and it was really evident that the going hards first and going to mediums for the second stint was a lot. It made a big difference. It was clearly a lot faster. So yeah, I think that ultimately helped you in the end, but. I think the only thing is, the only thing we don't know is whether you would have been able to catch Gunnar if nothing had happened to him. But yeah, it doesn't. Ultimately, it did happen to him. So there we go. What about yourself for 23, then, man? Have you played it yet? How have I managed to get 3 people on the podium that haven't played yet? I can't believe that. Okay, no worries. Well, okay, well, I've had a go, and it's all right. I think it's all right, but well, it's just a lot easier than it is on 22, to be honest. Well, look, I haven't played it much, and personally, I'm not a fan so far. But I haven't played it much, and there are so many people out there that are saying how amazing it is. So I would ignore me and just assume they're right, not me. It probably just, I don't know. It may be I just need to get used to it a bit. I think that's all. But yeah, so there we go. That is the final season of F1 for WAOF1. Another fine season. Congratulations to our champions, to our car seat for the drivers, Alpine for the constructors, which is Carty again, and Operator. So congratulations to those guys. Clem, I think for tonight you probably get something like a 1% stake in that constructors. So congratulations to you too, and anybody else that's reserved throughout the season as well. But there we go. Thank you very much as well to everybody that's watched with me tonight and kept me entertained. To Oozers for interviewing me at the start. That was a bit of a bit of a change. That was a bit of fun. But yeah, and everybody that stuck with us throughout the season, wherever you are. I know there's people in Northern Ireland, and I know there's people in Lithuania, I think it is, watching. So yeah, thank you ever so much. It's pretty cool. There we go. Anyway, guys, good night. God bless. Thank you very much. We will let you know as soon as we can when the new season will be starting. Obviously, we've got to check out settings and things like that on the new game first. But I would imagine within a few weeks we should be back going. So I'll see you then. Good night. God bless. See you soon.